And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Memories. How you doing, Shannon?
Doing good, buddy. Good morning, everybody, and happy holidays. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and an upcoming great New Year.
We got the Happy New Year coming right up here. What, Monday, right? So,
yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Man, it goes by quick. That was another year gone by.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's it. Next week, I think next week will be our year anniversary.
Yep. It will be, won't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
So, yeah. So, well, have to come up with something a little special for that one. So you had a good Christmas?
Yeah, good Christmas. You know, it was hectic, you know, and people still trying to get over being sick. My mom was kind of going through it. She was smart and she went real quick and got some antibiotics and she's getting over hers. My dad, he's kind of stubborn. So he's still kind of got the crud. But other than that, everybody else is okay. And just trying to muddle through here. How about yourself?
It. We did. We had a really good Christmas. We got to do the Relative Road Show, go to my parents' house, and then over to my wife's mom's house, and had a great time. And my little, you guys heard me. Well, I'll save it for the thing, but you heard me brag about my mom's cherry squares. Well, I got the remnants of the last two right here. So. So I'm ready to go this morning.
Good deal.
So, well, what do you say? Let's bring in the peanut gallery, huh?
Let's do it. Let's pop open that bag of nuts.
All right, here we go. And good morning to all the peanuts in the peanut gallery.
And a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to each and every one of you fine folks.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in and see what's going on. Oh my gosh, it's already popping. Holy mackerel. Look at that. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to start off as usual with Easy Comic Reader. And he says, Happy New Year, everyone. Nothing like the whiff of an old comic to unlock the good old memories. To the tune of Cracklin' Rosie by Neil Diamond. All right, we're going to give it a shot. Make no promises. Watch all the dogs just, leave the room screaming. All right, here we go. Crack a slab and make me smile. Even if it takes an hour, well, that's all right, 'cause it's a delight, letting the senses unite. Find us some joy sniffing musty paper, yeah. Oh, I love my old comic pile. They've got a smell that makes me happy. Do 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 do. I love it. I love it. Great.
That's awesome.
I love it. Thank you so much, Easy Comic.
I can say without a doubt that's the best version of Cracklin' Rosie I've heard this morning.
Oh, you are too kind, sir. Your check is in the mail. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thank you so much again, Easy Comic Reader, for your comic book musical stylings. We love them.
Yeah, another masterpiece by ECR.
Absolutely. All right. Who else we got in here?
Who we got? Oh, Lady M is in the house. Maranya. Happy New Year to Rod, Shannon, the wonderful Nutty Peanut Gallery, and the super sunny nuts of the day. Thank you, kind lady.
Thank you, Lady M, and a Happy New Year to you as well.
Yes, yes.
And she says, good morning to ECR.
And Michael Taylor's in the house. Hello, ECR. Hey. And hello to you, Michael.
How you doing, Michael? Thanks for hanging out with us again. And he's saying hello to Maranya.
And Maranya's saying hello to Michael.
And Michael's saying Happy New Year to Maranya.
And Jeff is in the house, comic book curator 68. Hello, everyone. Hey, happy holidays, Jeff. How are you doing?
Hey, Jeff. Happy New Year's to you, too, and your family. Grateful to have you hanging out with us again on this Saturday morning. It's kind of dreary and dismal up here in Maine. It's rainy and I call it arthritis weather.
Yeah, it's the same down here in Kentucky. It's gray and dismal, and a good day to be inside.
That's it. Good day to be inside talking comics.
Right.
And Michael Taylor is here, and he says, Happy New Year to ECR.
And Gratu Orloff in the IRL is saying hello. Good morning, kind sir.
Good morning, Gratu. Great to have you with us, sir. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Absolutely.
And Eric Breen, the professor, is here. Happy New Year, everyone, he says. My resolution is to be nicer to Jackson. I expect to break that by halftime of the Alabama-Michigan game.
But you got to give him credit for trying, right?
I mean, yeah, you got to give him points for trying,
right. And Michael Taylor saying hello to CBC. Happy New Year.
And he's saying Happy New Year and hello to Eric as well.
And Jeff is saying Happy New Year, Michael, and the rest of the nuts.
And Triple C, Cheap Comic Collector, is with us again. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
And he says, Happy New Year, everyone. May it bring you peace and prosperity. From your lips to God's ear.
And Michael Taylor saying hello, Gratu, and Happy New Year.
And Lady M says hello to CBC, Gratu, Triple C, and Eric as well. She got them all in one.
That's pretty good. And Gratu saying you too, Michael.
And Comic Curator 68 Jeff says, Lady M, good morning.
And Michael Taylor said hello, Triple C. Happy New Year.
And Beckerman is with us once again. Thank you, sir, for hanging out with us on this Saturday morning.
Yes, absolutely. Happy holidays to you, sir.
And he says, good morning, everyone.
And Michael Taylor said hello, Doc Shannon. Happy New Year, and to you as well, my friend.
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you as well, Michael. And Lady M says, good morning, Beckerman. And what's the Catt Murdock report? She says.
Inquiring minds. Beckerman says Catt Murdock is currently sleeping with Mrs. Beckerman while I am preparing breakfast. Great to be a cat, right?
That's it. That's it. And I promise you, Mr. Beckerman, that I will have that Catt Murdock one ready to go, intro to go next week for the Catt Murdock and the Pauline report. And Michael Taylor says, hello, Beckerman. Happy New Year.
And Beckerman saying, hey, Michael, Happy New Year to you as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Michael Taylor says, incredible that it's the last weekend of 2023 already.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
This year has flown by. I mean, it really did. And the kicker is I had the early retirement thing going, and I thought, oh, this is going to be like you were a kid, in summertime, it's going to stretch forever. No, sir. No, sir. It flew by faster.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And Eric Breen is back in the house saying, after this, check out our Mickey Mouse reading on the Geeky Puppet Show from last night. Walt is spinning in his cryogenic chamber. Oh, no.
I bet. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Everybody check that out, the Geeky Puppet Show. They're on Friday nights and Sunday nights at 8:15 and 9:30. 2 readings each night. I am going to be there for Sunday night's reading for the first one at 8:15. So definitely check them out when you get the chance. You'll have a blast. Even better, try to get on one. Lady M says, this year has gone about as fast as the best 2 hours on Saturday morning. Comic book memories. Well, thank you very much, Maranya. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we do. But it has flown. It has flown.
Absolutely, man.
And Hippie's in the house. Hippie's Collectibles. Excelsior True Believers, and a Happy New Year to all. And Happy New Year to you, Tom. Hope you've had a great holiday, buddy.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, Tom. Hope you and your family had great holidays this past week. And Happy New Year coming up.
Yeah, I
Hey,
saw I think the last video Hippie did was showcasing some of the art that he bought from Tony. Did you see that?
yes, yeah, I did.
Oh,
I saw that the
I
other
didn't
night.
get, yeah, I didn't get to comment yet, but I
Me
watched it.
neither.
Like, man, that was awesome. Beautiful artwork.
Yeah, that was some incredible stuff he did. That was painting. And it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, man, I wish I had that kind of talent.
Yeah, me both.
Great stuff. So absolutely check out that video by Hippies Collectibles on Tony Why Not Art's art. So cool stuff. Michael Taylor, he says, it's our 1 year anniversary coming up. Very cool. Yes, sir. 1 year, baby. You guys have put up with us for 1 year.
Right. And Charles Mardane, good morning, sir. Happy New Year. The older you get, the faster the year goes by. This is absolutely true and absolutely sad. I look at stuff like that and I'm like, yeah, and here I am. I'm years old, and it is going by quick.
Absolutely. Charles, great to have you with us once again, sir. Thank you for spending your Saturday, and we wish happy holidays and a happy new year to you and your family, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. And Dr. Von Chill is in the house. Howdy, y'all. And howdy to you, John. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, John. Great to have you with us, as always, my friend. Thank you for joining us. And we all want to know, how's Pauline? And Lady M says, good to see you, hippies and Charles. Absolutely.
And Michael was very cool as usual, ECR. Good job, Doc. Absolutely. Great job.
Oh, well, thank you. You are too kind. Believe me, I know there are people pulling their kids off the streets. Oh, no, cover your ears. Hippies Collectible says, hiya, Lady M, and hiya, John.
And Michael says, hello, Dr. Von Chilla. Happy New Year.
And Lady M says, good morning, John. Inquiring minds want to know, what's the Pauline report? Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum. And Michael Taylor says, hello, hippie. Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Easy Comic Reader says, love it, Rod. Great job. Well, thank you, sir. You are very, very kind. Too kind. An excellent dance number, Shannon.
Yeah, I do pretty good from the waist up. The hips
yeah, you would be
anymore,
rocking it out there. See, I couldn't be able to do that today with the arthritis. It'd be like, man down, man down.
Man down.
Hippies Collectible saying, hiya, Michael.
And Michael saying, hello, Charles. Happy New Year.
And Lady M says, it's 39 degrees and cloudy here. Mildly achy weather. Yeah, I'm hearing that.
We understand. And Dr. Valenchill says, howdy, Michael. How you, Tom?
Yeah. And Rob Brown is with us again, sir. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us.
Hey, good morning, Rob. Happy holidays, buddy. Hope you had a great Christmas.
And he says, I made it. Good morning, my friends. You have made it. That's it.
And we are glad.
Absolutely.
Beckerman says 32 degrees here right now, Maranya.
Woo, freezing right there. Woo. Of course, that's what it feels like down here in the basement. But Mike Taylor says, hello, Rob, and a happy new year to you.
And hippies are saying, hi, you, Rob.
Whoop. Yeah, I got it up there, right? Yeah. Lady M, she says, glad to see you again, Rob.
And Higgy's in the house. Hello, Rod. Hello, Shannon. And hello to the whole Peanut Gallery. And good morning to you, sir. Happy holidays.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year to you and your family, Higgy. Did you watch his latest one with the?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I'm a couple behind. I got caught up, and I've got time off. Oh yeah, I'll stay caught up with Higgy still. Well, I'm behind again, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch the last two. But we'll
oh my gosh, he's dressed up like Conan, and he's got the grease paint on, the face paint. Oh, it's hysterical. If you get
I saw the picture. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you gotta check it out.
Today, yeah.
Fun stuff. Definitely check it out. Michael Taylor says, Doc, you're retired? Well, semi-retired. I took an early retirement package after 40 years with Comcast because I needed to get my health back in order, and we're still trying to do that. But whether I stay retired, that's a whole different ball game. But we'll see how it goes. Thank you for asking, Michael. And Michael, go right ahead.
Oh, you're fine, man. Go ahead.
All right, he says, hello, Higgy, and a happy new year to Higgy, he says.
And Ron says, Higgy, good to see you.
And Hippie's Collectibles saying, hiya, Higgy.
And QNF is in the house. Q enough, sir. Happy New Year, Rod and Shannon and the Peanuts. And you as well, sir.
Yes, happy new year to you, sir. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. And Higgy Pop says, happy new year to everyone. He's covering everybody.
And Ron says, Excelsior to you, QNS.
And Beckerman says, hey, Higgy.
And Michael Taylor saying, hello, QNS. Happy New Year.
I just got to go back to Beckerman. I know, Higgy's made it. You'll see in the video to make sure there's nothing mentioned about Beckerman sniffing glue. So we're not supposed to mention that, according to Higgy.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
We'll not say that.
Hippie's Collectibles. Tony does some good stuff for sure. Absolutely, he does. Yep. That was some incredible stuff that you showed on your video, Tom. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah. And Higgy Pop Comics. Beckerman, I'm going to play harmonica just for you.
Oh, man. Quite Enough Sayer says, 2023 was my first full year collecting comics again since the 90s. All right. Hey. Congratulations.
Yeah. We need to applaud that.
Welcome back.
Comics. That is like a life-changing event.
Yes, sir. Seriously. Oh, that's awesome, though. Now, I'm curious, QNS, how long were you away from collecting? I mean, how long did you stop collecting? Right. Because I wound up, I think it was in the late 90s, I had to stop for a couple of years. I would pick up things here and there, but nowhere near what I was used to doing. And it just couldn't do it. Didn't have the time, didn't have the expendable income.
Yeah, I think most collectors kind of go through that, one of those periods, where you kind of, okay, I'm going to, just kind of lay back for a while and just kind of maybe get back into it later. And then some people really cut themselves off and then they regret it and then they come back and, and some people just stay gone. But it's a great hobby and it's hard to stay away from it.
It is. It is, especially when you started like we have, a lot of us, when we were kids. It becomes a part of you. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, it's part of who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And quite not say, whoop, go right ahead. Sorry, I lost.
Yeah, we both lost our place, haven't we? Quite Enough, Sarah says, Higgy Meister Flash, HNY, you crazy coot.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. I gotta say, my wife loves that last picture where I put the ha 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 and make because the cat looks like Pauline looks like she's really laughing hard.
Right, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that myself.
And Dr. Von Chiller has given us today's Pauline report, and he says she is spending more time on her own, usually on the radiator, looking out our bedroom window. I'm slowly transitioning her to roasted chicken and baked fish. She is loving it.
Man, it makes me want to be a cat. I'm gonna go to John's house.
Living life large. She's got it good. Absolutely.
Great.
Thanks for that, Dr. Von Chilla. Always appreciate hearing what Pauline's up to.
And Mastodon Comics and Music is in the house. Happy New Year, Peanuts, and Happy New Year to you, sir.
Oh, and I wanted to mention, too, going back to Dr. Montilla, I haven't had a chance to do the video yet. My plan is to get it done this weekend. It was just a crazy week and had its ups and downs. and I talked to John a couple of times during the week, and I greatly appreciate his A-OK. And you guys, you gotta wait. You can't wait to see this. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I put my video up last night. So John, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out.
Oh yeah, I gotta check that out today. So definitely. Thank you once again, John. Appreciate it, sir.
And for me too, yeah.
And Mastodon Comics and Music says, Happy New Year, Peanuts, and a Happy New Year to you, sir.
And Beckerman says, that harmonica is a real keeper, Higgy. Just keep it away from me, LOL.
And Lady M says, John, I love your chat avatar. Pauline is as much a part of CBM as Rod and Shannon. I believe so.
True words are never spoken.
All of you guys, everybody in the Peanut Gallery, all you guys that hang out, guys and gals that hang out with us, you guys are part of CBM just as much as we are.
Absolutely.
We look at it. We talked about it all the time. It's like one big family, and this is like our chance to get together and hang out with each other. So, and Beckerman says, "Hey, Donnie, Happy New Year's."
And Brian says, Happy New Year to you too, Mastodon.
And Iggy Pop says, everyone have a great show. Unfortunately, I got to cut out. I will be catching it on the replay. And a Happy New Year, he says. And a Happy New Year to you, Iggy.
Happy New Year, my friend. Have a great weekend.
Yes. We will talk to you soon. Dr. Von Chilla says, Maranya, New Year, new avatar. I love it. That is a great picture of her.
That is, yeah.
The eyes, man. The eyes have it.
And Maranya says, take care, Higgy Pop. Happy New Year.
And Beckerman says, later, Higgy.
Michael tells hello, Mastodon. Happy New Year.
And Graphic Man, Micah, great to have you with us, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy holidays, Micah. I did my video last night. I came across a comic by a certain cat named Eli Katz, and I had to give Micah a shout out because I know he's such a fan.
And Micah says, hello, gentlemen. Bagging and boarding over here. Nothing better to be doing on a Saturday morning, right?
Did it last night. Yep.
Absolutely.
And comic book curator Jeff says, in Florida, it's in the 50s, so had to put on the long sleeve with the shorts.
Oh, man. 50s. I'd love it to be in the 50s. I can't complain because it's been in the mid 40s up here. And for us, that's like summer in the wintertime.
Good for you guys, right?
Yeah. So, and you know, I might complain because it's raining or whatever, but you know what? I don't have to shovel rain. So I'm all for it. Let's go El Nino. Charles Mundane says, retirement. I recommend it to all my friends.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
And Michael Taylor says, I don't live too far from 42nd Street. By train, I wouldn't go there on New Year's Eve. I made that mistake once. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to get in that mess.
Yeah, I imagine that's got to be a madhouse there. I mean, you see it on TV. You used to see it on Dick Clark's New Year's Eve's Rockin' Special, you know, and it was just crazy down there. Lady M says, we missed you last night for the reading, Micah. Oh.
And Hippies Collectible says, I've been retired for 9 years, and I love it.
Oh, God bless you, man. That's awesome.
Sir. It is.
That's awesome. I'd love to be able to get to that point where I know for sure it's over and done, and me and the missus can just relax, and I could do comic book memories with Shannon every day of the week.
That would be cool. And Michael Taylor says, hello, Graphic Man. Happy New Year.
And Michael Taylor says, hello, Charles, and a Happy New Year to him.
And Jeff says QNS. I hope they were old comics.
Michael Taylor says, good for you, QNS. Whoops. There we go.
And Beckerman says, my advice to everyone, if you get hooked on the glue sniffing, don't confide your secret to Higgy. He's not anonymous.
Oh, yeah. Once you see Higgy's latest video, you'll get the reference I made to it. So it's all in fun. A lot of fun. I had to throw that in there when I saw Beckerman. So
yeah, and I would have to say to Beckerman, it really doesn't pay to be a music critic sometimes. And Eric brings his rod. Yeah, you gonna be okay there, buddy? All right.
Oh,
I think he's okay. Okay, Eric brings his rod. Does that hat represent the 4 ideas you had this year?
well, it represents the one I had and the 3 more I was hoping to have. But no, it's just a little something I threw together,
Yeah, it's you.
Oh my gosh, just my chair collapsed on me. All right, we got Hippies Collectible says Pauline, meow, baby.
And Michael says ECR, you should make a song about Pauline.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, look at that. He says, I'm on it, Michael. Great.
And QNS says CBC, my collection is 99.98% new comic free.
Dr. Monchilla, he says, you're both very welcome. It's my pleasure. Spread the love and good. Will always smile. Spreading the love. Yes, thank you so much. I can't wait to show you guys what he sent me, man.
I can't wait either. And Dr. Von Chill says, see you, Higgy. Happy New Year.
And Mike Taylor says, bye, Higgy. See you in 2024.
And Dr. Von Chill, indeed. Here in South Central PA, we've had nothing but rain. Where are the freezing temps and the snowstorms?
No more. I'm so hoping to skate through this winter without any major snowstorms. I would love it. I wouldn't, I don't mind a little bit of snow on Christmas morning, put you in the mood and everything. But then by noontime, man, I want it gone. Charles Mardane says, I sniff old comic books. And you are not alone, sir.
You are not alone. Absolutely. A lot of times I'll get some old comics in, I'm like, and I don't know why, but I'll go and I'll show my wife, just sniff of this, and she'll sniff it, and she's like, yeah, that's a good book.
It's like you just want to. My name is Rod Knowles, and I'm a comic book junkie.
Right.
I think it's you.
Oh, is it me? Okay. Marania, she says, shush about the 5 word or the S word, John. We don't need it in our area.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Marania.
That's what I get for looking at stuff on my phone.
Dr. Bonchilla, he's saying he's laughing at whatever Eric said up there. You know what he said.
We know what he said.
Michael Taylor. Good one, Eric.
And Jeff says, but it was for really good ideas. This show was one.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
We appreciate that,
Jeff. It's funny because this show was in the works for almost 2 years. Almost 2 years that I thought I wanted to do something, and Shannon and I had talked about it many times about just getting on and hanging out and stuff like that, and was finally able to put it together. And it came together partly because of that semi-retirement thing. So and I've had a ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When Rod started talking to me about that, I was like, man, I said I really want to see that show, and then he invited me to be a part of it, which I am eternally grateful for. And
thank you.
I've enjoyed it ever since. You know, I didn't come kicking and screaming like a lot of people might think. I came willingly. So, you know, it's been a ball.
Oh, well, you know, it helped that the check cleared, you know.
It did.
Oh, man. Oh, it's been a lot of fun. Oh, Dr. Monchilla, bring on the Pauline song, ECR, he says.
And Michael Taylor Shannon just showed a fantastic AOK from Dr. Yeah, threw up a video last night. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, I think the title of it was just an AOK full of blazers, which it absolutely was.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait. Dr. Monchilla says, yeah, Michael, I'm going to get right on that as soon as the stream is over.
And Jeff says, hello, my name is Jeff. I have an addiction with sniffing comics as well, multiple comic sickness.
There you go. There you go.
Wait a minute, isn't that two different sicknesses? I've got that one too.
And that catches us up with the one and only Peanut Gallery. So what do you say? You got some books you want to show?
Yeah, I do have some books I want to show, and I'll show a couple of things that I showed last night.
Cool beans. It is all you, brother.
All right. I was showing a few things I got for Christmas, and I was really, this is something where you just see it and you're, oh, wow, really? I didn't know they would do that, and I'm impressed. And my wife and I were out finished up a little Christmas shopping at Walmart, and I saw this in the electronics department. There was a Funko Pops display. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. They actually made a Funko of this. So that, you know, and I know, Rod, you're the same way. You know, you have a big affinity and a love for the B, C, and D list characters. And this is one of mine. And I was really happy to see this. And I said, well, I want to come back and get this. Well, when we had Christmas, I was opening up a present for my daughter, Megan. And my wife had the camera like this. What are you filming me for? What are you taking the picture? I said, you'll see. And then opened it up. And this is what it was.
Oh,
a Black Orchid
wow.
Funko Pop. Who'd have thunk?
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, this is from Earth Day 2022, the Walmart exclusive, you know, hence the packaging. But I just thought this was outstanding because I always loved the first appearances in Adventure Comics, those 3 issues, 428 to 430. And then later on, she had a backup featuring Phantom Stranger for a while. And she just kind of popped up here and there, not a major player, but I just always loved the concept. And she was sort of like the Phantom Stranger way. You never really knew her secret origin. You never knew what her real name was. I mean, she was redone so many times. She showed up in Suicide Squad. She was in Super Friends comic. Neil Gaiman did a Prestige series several years later, and then she showed up in several different versions, like in Justice League Dark, and just you know, to me, just like a cool visual on the costume, especially.
Yeah,
and I just love the character, so I was tickled to death. Like one of my favorite gifts
awesome.
I got. Yeah. And another thing,
I never even saw that. I've never seen that before. I didn't know that existed.
I never had either. I was like, and I'm not a big Funko collector. One thing, you know, I don't have the room, and another thing, you know, I would rather spend most of that money on comic books, you know.
Yeah.
But when you see something like this, and it's like the composite Superman Funko I picked up several months ago, I was like, okay, that's really cool. So, you know, some just like those little C and D list characters that we love, and it was a big deal to me. You know, I was like a little kid.
Yes,
the other thing, my son and daughter-in-law got me. My son and I went to a comic show, I guess back in November, and I was showing them some old Go Key comics. I said, man, I just love these painted covers by George Wilson. And I know most of you probably already know, but there was a book coming out called The Art of George Wilson. I was like, about time. It was supposed to be out in November, but then it got delayed to like June, I think. Well, I opened up a box and had an envelope. It said coming soon. And so my son went ahead and pre-ordered this as soon as he found out I was a George Wilson fan. So that when that book comes out, it's going to be in my grubby little hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like, there's like 300 illustrations of his covers and some other stuff. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and read, but you know, might have some stuff about his career and his life. But I just thought this was like one of the most awesome comic book things ever was, you know. So anybody that loves Go Key, and I know we have a lot of Go Key fans, and this guy did like the lion's share of those covers.
Wow.
But I was really excited to know I'm going to have this coming in a few months. So
that's awesome.
Thank you to my son and daughter-in-law for that. Okay, I thought today we'd maybe show a little Batman and Superman. Haven't seen a lot of stuff of Batman and Superman, and I don't know why, because I love Batman and Superman. So we're going to show some Batman stuff. Here we go. Silver Age Batman 164, the two-way gem caper.
Cool.
And I'm not sure what number this is, but it is a Batman square-bound giant. This is probably a childhood copy of something. Probably one of the first. This might be like the Mexican Batman because he's got like a little mustache going on there.
And you can probably remember where you got that.
Oh, I think this one of my cousins gave me this.
Ah.
I just wanted to read it. Here's another giant Batman with no cover. I can't remember. But what's funny, I got some Batman Giants just a few years ago, and this might be the same books. I don't know because I really haven't went through and read these again. But here we have a Batman 80 pager, number 182. This is Giant G24.
Oh, yes. Yes. Nice one.
Go checks.
Go checks, baby. Yes, sir.
I'm sure you got that one. And I think he just recently showed this book, and I love this character, and I love this issue. This is Batman 194 with that great blockbuster cover.
Oh, yeah. I love it when they do stuff with the logo.
Yeah, that just, they did this a lot with Batman and Aquaman. And
yes.
I always love these kind of covers. But, yeah, covered by Infantino and Anderson.
12 cent, baby.
And we got Batman number 200. This might have been Neil Adams' first Batman cover.
Yeah.
I think so. So,
yeah.
Worth having just because of that.
That is a perennial on my want list.
Yeah. So, that was a good one.
Just waiting to pull the trigger when you find the right combination.
Right. And here we have Batman 201. Don't move, Batman. Our orders are shoot to kill.
Looks like a Irv Novick drawing there.
Yeah, you're right. It absolutely is Irv Novick. Yeah. And here we have another one of my childhood Batmans, number 205, without a cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of my Batman collecting goals, and I've been at it a while, is to get all of Batman from issue 200 to 300. I think I'm about 14 issues shy.
Oh, cool.
I've got like all the Neil Adams stuff and all that, so just trying to search the other ones down.
Awesome.
And here we have Batman 208, another 80-page giant.
Oh, yes. Very cool. Those square-bound babies.
Oh, man. I love Batman. And I love this one. This is number 210 with a Neil Adams cover with Catwoman.
Yeah.
Legion of Feline Furies. And here's another coverless copy. Love Batman. I just couldn't get any with the covers on it. Number 211. Don't know where I got that one at. And here's number 213, another Batman giant. They had a lot of these.
Yes, they did. They always peppered them. Great stuff.
It's always the Batman and Superman giants and World's Finest.
Yes.
Those.
Action Comics. Yeah.
Action Comics. Here's number 218, another giant.
I love them.
And number 219, another Neil Adams cover. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first interior artwork that Neil Adams did on the Batman title. Not the first Batman art ever he did, but like the first interior art, I do believe, on this title. So,
cool.
And I think it was in a backup. And another great Neil Adams cover, Batman number 220. I always like the big logo here.
Yeah. That screams 70s.
Absolutely. Early Bronze Age.
You got it.
Number 221.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
And another number 221. Not going to have a whole lot of Batman duplicates because Batman stuff is crazy expensive.
Yes, sir.
I would love to have a better copy of this, but I'm just glad to have a copy. This is 222, and this is a kind of a takeoff on the Beatles by Neil Adams.
Yep, that's another one on the hit list.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a kind of rough shape, but just happy to have it.
Yes, because that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. And here is Batman number 223. This is one of those ones that I coveted from the house ads for a long time until I could pick up a copy. So
same here.
Batman and Robin face danger around the world. And we've got Batman 224, another great Neil Adams cover. Yeah, it used to be the Neil Adams stuff wasn't really that expensive unless it was interiors, but now it's anything with a cover is like stupid crazy now.
Absolutely.
And here we have Batman 225. And another 225. And one of my favorites and an iconic cover. And I think they've already done a facsimile of this one, or maybe like an homage or two. Batman 227.
Oh, yes. Just a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, I think this was like an homage to like Detective Comics 38 or something. Or
yeah.
I'm not sure what the number was. I'm sure
somewhere around there.
Somebody will hop on. If they don't already know, they'll hop on Google and find out real quick. And the last one in this stack is Batman 228, another giant.
Very cool.
All right, guys, I've driven you bats long enough, so
all righty.
Turn it over to Raw.
All right, well, let's jump back in and see. I looked ahead, and thank you, Maranya, because she in place of Jackson, who was off this week so far. She was able to set me up with the line, my starting line, but she also had this comment just before she did, and I'll let you take it away.
All right. Maranya says, hello, my name is Maranya. I'm addicted to Bob Layton, Gene Colan, George Tuska, and Gil Kane-Art. If there's such a thing as a healthy addiction, I think that would be it right there.
That's it.
That's awesome.
And there she is with the starting line. Thank you once again, Maranya. Appreciate it.
And Ranger Sly, our friend from the north. Welcome, sir.
Great to have you with us.
Yeah. Howdy, everyone. Made it just in time for the comics.
There you go.
And Maranya says, plus see mine above.
Gotcha.
And Maranya says, howdy, Ranger. And comic book curator Jeff says, Happy New Year, Ranger. And Hippie's Collectibles is helping us out again.
Thank you very much, Hippie, for helping out. Appreciate it. Yes.
And Dr. Ronchilla, you beat me to the punch, Maranya. And Maranya says, John, I got my training being the timekeeper for the auctions on I Love Comics.
There you go. Absolutely.
And Ranger says, thank you, Comic Book Curator 68. Same to you, Pally. And Hippie's Collectibles, LOL, Shannon. I got the JLA Funko gingerbread figures from my grandkids. JLA Funko gingerbread. Wow, I never even heard of those.
Oh yeah, I almost bought the Flash one, but then I just couldn't pull the trigger on it.
I'm looking for a Jay Garrick Flash. I know they're out there. I just haven't nailed one yet. And Ranger Slice says, Black Orchid Funko. Wow, that was my reaction.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Hippie also got a Gene Simmons Kiss potato head one. Everybody's got to have one of those in the collection, right?
Absolutely. Potato head.
Yeah. And Comic Book Curator says they ruined Black Orchid in later years. I enjoy her more in the beginning. I'm with you. Yeah, she was kind of more mysterious. And I think in the Neil Gaiman series, they kind of made her into a human plant hybrid of a woman that had gotten murdered. So everything got convoluted along. Like I say, that's why it's like Phantom Stranger. Nobody really knows what the real origin is or who the secret identity is. And Beckerman says, I love art books. And Charles Mardanes, I can't start with Funkos being completist. I would go broke. Yeah. I just the local comic shop here, I know the owner, Todd, and he has got like one whole wall pretty much and like 3 or 4 other stands just completely full of Funkos. And I'm like, yeah, I started looking at them like, ooh, that would be cool. Ooh, I was like, okay, turn around, go the other way, and go look at the comic books. Have to.
Yep. It's a deep rabbit hole.
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Ranger Slice says the G. Wilson book is a very thoughtful gift. Sweet. That's what I thought. I was like, that is going to be a top piece in my collection right there.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
And Eric Breen, that Batman character has a chance to make it. I've thought the same thing, like for the last, almost 50 years now. I was like, this guy might catch on.
He's just on the brink of making it.
He is. He's getting ready to he's right there.
Oh.
And Hippie Skyple says, Batman's Christmas message was, I don't smell. And Michael Taylor says, I'm not a funky guy, but they put out a very cool one. They put out a 50s Batman with 50 style Batmobile.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, why would you tell me something like that? Oh. Why would you tell? I mean, my wallet's already aching thinking about that.
They also put out one with the 66 Batmobile, a Funko Pop with the I almost pulled the trigger on that, but I didn't, and I've kicked myself ever since.
I hear you. And Graphic says, if you see a Go Key painted cover, it's usually George Wilson. Otherwise, it's Morris Golub. Both are totally appreciated over here in Graphicville. I know Michael would appreciate it. He's a big Go Key fan.
Absolutely.
And, I'm sure that book will be in his collection also. And Michael Taylor says that George Wilson book should be fantastic. Well, I agree. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And Beckerman says, I got my Batman 200 signed by Neil at a con in Madison, Wisconsin. Hey, way to go.
Very cool.
Awesome.
That is cool.
And Dr. Vonchillo, messing with the logo is a delicious treat to me. Love any book that features funky logos. Yep.
With you. Right with you.
And Eric Breen, he's off to the record store to experience the joys of retail and more time in 23. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you, kind sir.
Thank you, Eric. We'll be talking with you later on, I'm sure.
Yeah, we appreciate you showing up and giving us your wise words of comic book wisdom.
And have a happy new year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, buddy. Michael Taylor, wow, only 14 issues away. Very cool, Shannon. Yeah, it's I'm getting there, but that's the thing. I got too many collecting goals. I got that. I got the one where I want to get like Superman 200 through like 350. Working on that. Working on the DC 20-cent covers, and I will send you that list, Rod.
Thank you.
I'm working on the Marvel picture frames. There's too many rabbit holes. And I'll just seem like I go down another one like every week or two.
I hear you. There's so many rabbit holes to be able to go down.
And Jeff says, Happy New Year, Eric. Michael Taylor says, bye to Eric. And Mike says, I always like the 221 cover. Oh, yeah. There's not a stinker in any of those covers out there for sure. Quite enough Sarah says, the Batman, like the Ohio State University. And Dr. V says, yeah, the Beatles issue. I need to actually listen to that band for the first time. Yeah, that's another. I think they might actually go somewhere someday.
Could be. It could be.
And Dr. Von Chill says, Batman 227 is the Amish Detective 31. Yeah, absolutely. I know somebody would know. I couldn't remember. Too many comic book facts rolling around in my head. Most of them wrong.
There you go.
And Hippie says, excellent run of Batman books. And Jeff says, fantastic stuff, Shannon. Love Batman and the giant size. Oh, yeah. Rod and I are all about the square bound giant size books. DC, Marvel, whoever else publish them. I mean, we're all over it.
I mean, they meant so much to us as kids. We got, a big bang for our quarter,
Oh, yeah. Well, they're instant history lessons, too. Absolutely. If we didn't know something about a character, I mean, there you go. Either you would find a reprint explaining something, or you'd find that little blurb on the letters page that said, okay, refer back to issue, 221, or refer back to Batman 31 or whatever. And you would okay, well, that's something I got to hunt down. So it was always a history lesson. And Michael saying, fantastic Batman, Shannon. Thank you, kind sir.
Sir.
Ronnie saying, take care, Eric, and have a good day at the shop. Absolutely. And Triple C's in the house, drilling in my eggnog. Great Batman books. Thank you, kind sir. And Dr. Voncello says, my mom went to the hairdressers and brought home Batman 228, Hulk 107, and Flash 195. That was circa 1974. It's incredible what the memory retains. Oh, man. Those are, you can't go wrong with Batman, Hulk, and Flash, right?
That's it, man. Oh, and how many times do you have those special memories as a kid? I know we've talked about ours many times. It's just like you love those memories because it was such an important thing to you. It stuck with you, you know.
And what was cool about that is, those issues he mentioned were before 1974. So there's like back issue comics laying around, maybe at the hairdressers. I mean, they were everywhere.
Wow.
I go to the barbershop and find old comic books.
That's where I used to see him. It's at the barbershop over Noel's Barbershop.
Yep.
And it was he spelled his name Noel''S. That was, but it was Noel's Barbershop because my last name is Knowles, but it's spelled different. But
so his was the wrong spelling, is what you're saying.
His was the holiday spelling.
And Michael says, "Very cool, Dr. Von Schiller. Yeah, it is amazing."
I love hearing memories like that.
And Dr. Von Schiller, to clarify, Mom's hairdresser had the comics on her magazine table. And offered them to Mom when Mom mentioned I was a comic book collector. Yeah. You love it. You love to hear stuff like that, and you love when stuff like that happens. He goes, "Oh, well, so and so they said, oh, does your kid collect comics?" So, yeah, well, here's some old funny books I was going to throw away.
Oh, yeah, bring them on, baby.
Okay. Fireball comics.
Hey, Fireball. We know there's something about that in there.
There is something about that in there.
Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Let me just. Where am I? Doggone it. There we go. Hold on just a second. There we go.
Congratulations to Fireball.
You are our nut of the day, Fireball Comics. Let's see what he has to say.
And Fireball says, Shannon, do you have the Planet of the Apes Funkos? I have the first 4 that they came out with. I know they came out with some others later. I'm not sure if they were related to the original series or the later movies that came out a few years ago, but I do have like the first 4 that they came out with. So yeah, they're over here on the shelf. Hold on just a second.
Da 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 dum. Da 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 da. While you're getting that, I'm gonna eat one of the last of the cherry squares from my mom for Christmas.
Okay. They are not in the box because for the most part, I've taken all my toys out of the box because I wanted to play with them. Or put them on a shelf where I could actually see them. So we got the Gorilla General. I don't know if that's Urko, Ursus, or Aldo. but it's one of them. And we have an ape soldier.
Oh, cool.
And I'm sure this is Cornelius. And, of course, my favorite, the ever-venerable Dr. Zaius. Man is a nuisance. He eats up his food supply in the forest and comes down into our green belts and ravages our crops. The sooner he is exterminated, the better. There you go, Fireball.
Awesome.
And Michael tells us, Shannon, it was a while ago. It may not have been easy to find. Yeah. And Dr. Von Chill says, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Thank you, kind sir.
Yes, thank you very much, John.
And QNS says, very cool story, Dr. Von Chill. Yep. We love hearing those, man.
Oh, yeah. That's what the show's about.
And Charles Mardanes, great run on the Batmans. Thank you, sir. Michael Taylor, very cool story, Dr. Von Chill. Yep. And Ronnie says, deforming the classic trade dress is pretty cool. See when the Hulk trade dress gets punched and shatters. Not so cool when the trade dress is bleh. See Iron Man 206. Okay. Well, let's check that one out. And QNS says, Michael Taylor, are you going to see the ball drop?
Me? I probably won't make it to that. I don't know about you, buddy, but I'll probably be in bed long before that. Let's see. Here we go.
And Michael Taylor to the top of the most. I think that's how it went. And Mike does this QNC. No, like I said, I made that mistake once. LOL. And here we go. Another confessional from the round table in the group. My name is John, and I'm a comic book collector who struggles to remember anything that is currently happening. Ask me about 3 comics my mom bought 50 years ago, and that I can recall.
It's so funny because that is so true for me too. I can't remember what I did 3 days ago, but doggone, I can remember what I was watching and what I was reading on a Tuesday night in 1968. It's just weird what sticks with you in our brains.
Oh yeah, I agree. And ECR is saying congratulations, Fireball. Absolutely. And Maranya says, congratulations on joining the exclusive club of the Nuts of the Day, Fireball Comics. And congrats, Fireball, from Ranger Sly. And from Dr. Von Chilla, congratulations, Fireball. Welcome to the club. Fireball Comics, wow, I'm honored. No, sir, it is we who are honored.
Exactly. Well said.
And Jeff says, congratulations to Fireball. And Ranger Sly, there is no greater honor in all of comicdom.
You're too kind.
And a subway ticket might get you, to your neighbor's house.
There you go.
Michael Taylor says, congrats, Fireball. Welcome to the Crack Nut Club. And Michael saying, hello, Ranger Sly. Happy New Year. And Charles Mardanes, I have never seen a Funko out of the box before. Sacrilege. I'm all about the sacrilege, man, And I take my comics out of the bags and I actually read them. And sooner or later, the few slabs I have are going to get cracked.
You'll have to do that on a video.
Right. Ranger Sly, howdy, Michael Taylor. Happy New Year to you as well. All the best. And Dr. Von Chillis, to the toppermost of the poppermost. Oh, yeah, that's what the Beatles used to say. That's what John Lennon used to say. Michael Taylor, I was referring to what the Beatles said before they became famous and went to this. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, and there we go. Maranya, she is right on it because caught up with the peanut gallery once again. Thank you, Maranya. Appreciate that. All right. I think we got a few things I can show here. I think we're going to show some Fantastic Four.
Show us some Fantastic Four.
And a little Twilight Zone. How's that?
Love it.
All right. Here we go. Boom and boom. All right. I'll start off with Twilight Zone, the Twilight Zone magazine, real quick. I just happened to find one of these over in my stuff this morning, as a matter of fact. And the reason it kind of stuck with me today is New Year's. There's I think it's on Sci-Fi Channel. Or used to be. I don't know if it's still on there. I think it is. They used to run a Twilight Zone marathon. And I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan, so I'll sit and I'll watch hours of that stuff. And I actually got my wife hooked on it too. But
no,
just keep that between us. She thinks I haven't noticed.
Poor Tam.
So, but I found this.
Oh, awesome.
And this is from all the way from June of 1984.
Cool stuff.
And it's pretty neat. It's got fiction that people wrote and contributed to the magazine. It's also got articles on different things. You got an interview with John Sayles. They talk about the Universal All-Purpose. Well, that's the Universal All-Purpose Fantasy Quiz. Talk about the movie 1984 and beyond. What is some of the other stuff here? Oh, in the back they got a thing on Outer Limits. They're doing a series. Well, come on, baby. There we go. This is part 3, listing all the episodes and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was a really neat magazine. I really enjoyed it, and I forgot all about it till I found it this morning on the top inside of one of the long boxes. So pretty cool stuff. And they got like a little Script City, like a little swap shop type thing. You could buy things and stuff like that, which in turn brought me to another thing. Remember, we were talking last week, I think it was, about the old comic buyer's guide.
Yeah.
And in the back, they had things you could buy, not swap shops, but classified ads. That's what they were. Well, and I bought a bunch of VHS stuff, like stuff like this, commercials from the Super 70s.
Oh, cool.
And they list all the different commercials. I don't know if you can see it okay there.
Yeah.
But it talks about, Funny Face, Captain Crunch, G.I. Joe's, Three Musketeers bar, Jiffy Pop,
all the good stuff.
Yeah, all different commercials and stuff like that for all that. I got that one. Then I got super commercials from the Super 60s, with Barbies and Buster Brown and Coca-Cola, Nabisco, Bozo Circus for sneakers, Beanie and Cecil's talking doll,
oh, wow.
Forbidden Planet trailer, all kinds of motorific, all kinds of cool commercials and stuff. Here's some more best of animated commercials. This one, I love this one because this one comes with like a little thing in the front. Remember Quake cereal?
Quake, yeah.
Yeah. I used to be a Quake fan. Talks about Quisp and Quake and all kinds of stuff like that. And then the last one here was Mego.
Oh, wow, Mego commercials.
Yeah. Awesome. And it talks about, Rice, also has Rice Krispies, Fruit Loops, Maltex, Mapo, Corn Flakes, Cornelius, Sugar Pops, Tricks, Freakies, Crispy Critters, Sugar Crisp, Honeycomb, all kinds of stuff. So this is the type of stuff that I'd pick up off the back, Action Jackson, Dynamite.
Planet of the Apes I see on there.
There you go. Walton, Superhero, Batman, Hall of Justice, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Just some stuff from there. All right. Now, on to the comics. We got the Fantastic Four. I pulled a few Fantastic Four to show. And one of them is this one right here, which is by Fred Hembeck. And everybody knows him.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I love Hembeck.
Yeah, and this is a classic Fantastic Four roast. A lot of fun to read. So you get a chance.
I always loved Hembeck stuff in the back of the DC comics in the late 70s, early 80s.
And boy, he puts stuff regularly on eBay. Little cards that he draws.
Yeah, little sketch cards, man. Yeah, I'd love to have some of those.
Yeah, because he's done some really good ones. I almost pulled the trigger. I think it was on a Spectre one that he had, but it went for more than I was paying for it. But they're really tough to get. So if you get one, you're like, woo, and then some exclusive club or something. It's really cool, really fun stuff. All right, we're gonna go right back to the Silver Age. We got Marvel with the Marvel Pop Art Productions, 12 centers. This is number 42.
Oh, yeah.
Little thing and Mr. Fantastic getting into it there. Here we got number 43. Lo, there shall be an ending. I always loved those kind of. Thor was really great for these. Those kind of heavy duty Shakespearean type.
Yeah. Had that grand cover blurb on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got number 44.
Gorgon. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this right here is one of my favorite covers, and it's one of my favorite stories. And this book has a special place for me because this is one that I had originally gotten from my grandmother. And it was amongst the ones that got thrown out. So when I finally got another copy, I love this. Number 45, right? 45. Yeah. I love that cover.
That's awesome.
That I wish I had that in a poster because that's so cool to me.
Right.
And of course, with everything else that goes with it, it means so much to me. And then I love this one.
Oh, yeah. You got the floating heads. And
yeah. Look at him. He's surrounded by He's drowning in floating heads.
Yes, guys, get out of here or I'll open my mouth.
And then number 47, continuing, Beware the Hidden Land. I love the Inhuman.
You never forget how good Jack Kirby was. But anytime you see something like that, you're reminded again of how great Jack Kirby was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I always loved the Inhumans. My favorite is Triton. I just loved Triton. Always fascinated by that character, and I always bummed when he didn't get a whole lot of face time in the comics. Okay, what was that? That was number 47. So everybody knows what's 48, right? Everybody knows? There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a buddy of mine that I work with, he's not a huge collector, but that is one book that he wanted for like forever. And he found a copy at I think it was like at a horror con. A guy was selling comic books, and he found a slab copy. It was like a 2.0. He says, "Do you think this is worth the money?" And blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, that's a pretty good deal." I said, "But don't take my word for it, But he went ahead and nailed it. So yeah,
just awesome stories, like you said. Jack Kirby at his finest.
Oh yeah, 49.
Yeah, that's a great cover. Great Galactus cover. Just so cool.
Man, you are so fortunate to have those.
Yeah, believe me, I count my blessings every time I open that long box. I'm telling you, because I was able to get these. Like I said, a lot of the stuff was in the early 80s. It was a perfect storm for me. I was still living at home. I had a really good job. I was making really good money for that time for a kid, and I had some expendable income, and I was able to hook up with a good dealer. Boy, that doesn't sound good, does it? A good comic book dealer.
Let me correct myself here.
Oh man. Open mouth, insert foot. Here we go with number 51. The old thing, he's acting depressed here.
Yeah, I have that one. I don't know if you remember a YouTuber, and I'm sure Hippie remembers a guy named Schmo Daddy. You remember him?
That's vaguely rings a bell.
Yeah, he used to show just like all this great variety of stuff. DC Marvel, Go Key, Charlton, Archie, Harvey. I mean, he was just always, said his motto, and I stole it, was always low grade is better than no grade. He'd have all these great books, and he was selling stuff, and he sold me a copy of that one for a really good price.
Oh wow! Excellent, excellent, excellent. This is not another. I just love this cover. 54. It's got the Inhumans again. White cover, floating heads.
Yeah, that reminds me like the old JLA, JSA team ups with the head.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. All they need is the name.
54.
Yeah, this is 54. All they need is the names underneath them, and it'd be the roll call.
Right.
Love it. And then we go with number 55 with the Silver Surfer. He's back for another round.
Yeah. I wonder, let's see. I wonder if they stole that image from Silver Surfer number 4 or Silver Surfer. They stole that the Fantastic Four image for the Silver Surfer book. Because you remember the Thor and Silver Surfer cover?
Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's kind of real reminiscent of that one.
And then we go with number 56 and Claw.
Claw. Those they come up with those names. It didn't. A lot of times it didn't even fit the look, or it didn't fit the powers that they had. It was like Claw, but he's got sonic powers. Shouldn't he have like a big claw?
And I every time I see this book, it takes me back to the 66, 67 cartoon, the episode with Claw in it. It was just cool for a kid. Seeing this stuff, it was just like, oh, that is so cool. It's right out of the comics. And we're gonna finish up this round with number 57, a little Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah, another classic. Yeah, in that whole Kirby run, man, there is not a one that is not a classic.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a master. He's the master. So there we go. All righty. Let's get us back together here. And let's see here. Maranya had me right set up. There she is right there. Thank you very much, Maranya. And Michael Taylor says, right, Dr. Mongilla. Lady M says, they run a Twilight Zone marathon on New Year's Eve weekend, usually the eve, NYD, and the day after. Yeah. Yep. I could be just in my recliner and just have people just, bring me food or something, Yeah. I'd be happy, man. I love watching those old Twilight Zones. I watched a bunch of them the other day on demand, like 3 or 4 or 5 episodes in a row. The black leather jacket episode, with those guys, they were like, leather gang, motorcycle gang from the stars. It was just cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hippies Collectible says there's something on the wing. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Lady M says on Sci-Fi Channel, one of the few good things on there these days. Yeah, I haven't watched the Sci-Fi Channel in a long time, but that's when I tune it on, is when they have the Twilight Zone at. They used to do a Three Stooges marathon. Somebody did. Channel 38 out of Boston, I think, did. I used to watch that a lot too. But between the two, I love the Three Stooges, but I really love Twilight Zone. And Mike Taylor says, yes, they do, Maranya. Absolutely. Ranger Sly says, I didn't know there was a Twilight Zone magazine. Now, darn it, he says, one more wallet empty and wrapping a hole to the list. Well, then our job here is done.
You were happy to help, weren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to find some back issues too. That'd be great. Comic Book Curator 68 says, okay, everyone hate to go, but I got to take care of some stuff for my mother. Love you all. Happy New Year, everyone. And I'll watch on the rewind. Thank you very much, Jeff. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yeah, same to you, Jeff. Happy New Year, and say hello to your mom for us.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next week right here.
Right here.
There we go. Quite enough Sayer says, adios, CBC. And Maranya says, take care of yourself and your mother, CBC. Happy New Year to you and your family. Michael Taylor says, Twilight Zone is timeless. They try, but they are never able to replicate it. Yes, I've watched some of the more modern ones that they tried to do. It doesn't have the same feel.
It's hit and miss, mostly miss. I mean, how many times have they rebooted that show? Like 3 or 4 times already?
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
Yeah. And you know what? I think part of it is just the fact of being in black and white. It sets a certain mood.
Yeah.
You know, and things were.
And one of the other big things is Rod Serling is no longer with us.
Yes. That's a biggie. Dr. Von Chiller says, hey, Rodney, let's get a better look at that Ghost Rider comic behind you. All righty. I think he means the old one here.
Yeah. While Rod's looking for that, speaking of Rod Serling, Twilight Zone, all of you that I know you've all seen the original Planet of the Apes movie, but he is the one that wrote the ending with the Statue of Liberty. That was all Rod Serling. So another fun little factoid.
Yes. And I you know, the follow-up to whoops, I'm sorry. The follow-up to Twilight Zone for him, the Night Gallery. I love Night Gallery as well.
Yeah.
You know, it was more on the horror side of things, but boy, they had one episode. It's called The Waiting Room. It's about a 15 to 20 minute segment with old veteran cowboy actors all hanging around, and it's set in a it's just a weird thing. I don't want to give too much away in case anybody wants to watch it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was.
That is my all-time favorite Night Gallery episode. I could watch that thing a million times, and every time we're watching all these old westerns on TV, you know, every day. And I'll point them out, and hey, that's Gilberto Roman, you know, or you know, that's what's his name there? I can't think of it now, but you know, we'll be picking them out from all these other shows that we watched.
Oh yeah, that's just like me and my dad. You know, it's like, and it drives my mom crazy. You know, it drives my wife crazy. So, oh yeah, that's so and so. He played little brother-in-law on that one western. He had the horse that was purple, and he always rode around and had a handful of lint or something. You know, it's just something. You know, I usually just call it useless comic and TV and movie trivia.
Buddy Ebsen was in that episode. Steve Forrester was the main guy in that episode, and you know, he goes in there and there's a bunch of people playing poker around a table, and then every hour the grandfather clock on the wall chimes in, and one of them has to go out and meet his fate. It's just really good. It's really good. And here we go. This is Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider number 9 by Magazine Enterprises. This was on the racks at, September 16th, 1952.
Oh, wow.
So
that is a nice one.
We'll just throw this one in here and give the front page. So...
Man, you just gotta love comic books.
Yes, yeah. I didn't know about this character until I started. I got that series of reprints or whatever stories from the mid '60s that Marvel did on the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I've got some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I have some originals.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I said I always wanted just to have just one, because I'm not a big Golden Age collector because my wallet isn't that big. So, but I was able to find one that was in pretty decent shape. It's got a big chunk of the top taken out of it, but that's okay. It's well loved. got a little character to it, but I always wanted to have one in my collection just so I could have a story about that character and kind of see him, what he really started out to be as, and stuff. So very cool. Thank you, Dr. Vanchilla. And he says, see you later, Jeff. Happy New Year. And Lady M says, Mattel put out a lot of licensed product talking dolls back in the day. Bozo, Beanie and Cecil, Mrs. Beasley were some of them. I had a Mrs. Beasley growing up. Oh, cool.
My sister had a Mrs. Beasley growing up. I mean, she carried that doll around. It fell apart. And then when she was in her 20s or 30s, I found her another one somewhere and gave it to her. And she just thought that was the best thing in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That had to be, she had to love that. Because I imagine if I'd love to have Mattel Major Matt Mason. I had a ton of Major Matt Mason stuff when I was a kid, and I look every once in a while, but it's big money now, But I'd love to just get the figure, the helmet, and the space sled, Right. I would just be happy because I spent so many hours playing with those things on snow days in the wintertime and in the summertime. Oh, it was so much fun. Doggone. Oh, the memories.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Taylor says, growing up, my mom would take me to Buster Brown. Was about a block from us. There you go. I don't think there was any Buster Brown shoe stores around us. We had, what was it, Floorshine? Something like that. Floorshine, I think it was. So, Mike Taylor says, you too, CBC. Dr. Vanchilla says, Michael Taylor, I haven't thought about Buster Brown for decades. Hippies Collectible says, the world's greatest comic magazine. Fantastic Four, baby. You got it. You got it. Lady M says, classic Fantastic Four trade dress is one of the top 10 best dressed trade dresses ever. Excuse me. Another favorite of mine is the 3D letters with the rivets, yellow and red, in the Iron Man trade dress. Yeah, see, that's when I think of Iron Man, that's the trade dress I think of, is those ones with the bolts, because made it look like it was metal. Love it. Great stuff. Michael Taylor says, Dr. Vanchilla, remember those big metal contraptions that they would measure your feet with? Yes, I remember them too. I always thought they were like some kind of space gadget, some kind of computer thing. I did when, what are they doing? Because I was a child of Star Trek, so I'm thinking it was some like a tricorder or something, for your feet, and it's going to tell them. And then you find out, the curtain gets pulled back and you grow up and you realize, oh, no, it's just a piece of metal they just put on there. It's just kind of slid that thing.
I remember those.
Oh, I always wanted one, though. Always wanted to have one, some kind of space gadget. Dr. Vanchilla says, Michael Taylor, good Lord, yes. Laughing out loud. Lady M says, I sure remember those metal foot measuring doohickeys, Michael. Also, I jumped from size 7 to 9 with no stop at 8 in between. That was it. Growing up quick.
Yeah.
Hippies Collectible says, Fantastic Four, first comic book superhero group. Yes, sir. Well, Marvel's first. I love it. Michael Taylor says, Dr. Vanchilla, I can still picture them in my head to this day. Tempest from Mars is with us. Great to have you with us, sir.
Hey, welcome. Glad to have you.
And a happy New Year's to you. He says, afternoon, all. An afternoon to you. And Dr. Vanchilla says, one of my favorite tales is to tell that I got my first copy of Fantastic Four 48 for the, quote, 3 for $1 boxes, circa 1976. It was a decent VG copy. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think I would buy a decent VG copy for 33 1/3 cents.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody'd have to twist my arm too hard. That's awful. Maranya says, afternoon, TFM. Good to see you. Hippies Collectible says, Shmoo Daddy. Show some awesome books.
He sure did, yeah. I think he still he sells a lot of stuff on eBay still.
Yeah. Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Tempest says, hello, Maranya. And Michael Taylor says, I always liked FF54 cover. Man,
Yeah.
it's hard not to like any of those Kirby covers. It really is.
People either love the floating heads or they hate them. I love them.
Me too. Mike Taylor said, I had FF54. Cool beans. Hippies Collectible says, SS number 4, John and Sal Buscema, goodness. Yes. Tempest from Mars also says, I'd have liked to have seen Claw look like that in the movies. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. In the movie. Yeah, I kind of wanted that big sonic device on his hand. He did have something, didn't they? They did something, but it wasn't. I wanted to see him in the full
right,
thing.
yeah.
I just wanted the full thing. So, Dr. Manchilla says, indeed, Tom, the powerhouse Buscema brothers or Buscema brothers. I don't know, depending on how you say it. And I love both of them. They were awesome. They were, to me, I've said it before. John, anything he drew just portrayed action. He could just be standing there, and man, it looked like he was ready for action.
Oh, yeah.
Love that stuff. For sure, John says, hippies. Triple C says, so at this point, my eggnog is more drool than nog. Oh, man. Deppers from Mott says, I was more of an Outer Limits fan.
Also a great show.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that show either. Love Outer Limits. I love all those type of shows. Thriller with Boris Karloff, Outer Limits. There was another one. I can't think of what it was. It was like The Day After or something like that. No. One Step Beyond. One Step Beyond.
Right.
That was it. That was another great show. I love all those kind of shows like that. Michael Taylor says, I loved Batman, but I always liked FF as well, as I had a lot of FF books back in the day. Great FFs. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, always was a Fantastic Four fan. Very cool stuff. Lady M says, Three Stooges Marathon used to be on AMC before it became Zombie Central with Walking Dead. Dr. Von Chilla says, a Three Stooges Marathon? Gasp. I'd be so into that. Oh, it was great. I mean, who doesn't love the Three Stooges?
Oh, I used to go every day from school and watch them. Three Stooges and Our Gang, Little Rascals.
Yes. Yep. They used to also have Leon Errol. Remember him? He was another old-time comedian guy. It was Leon Errol. It was another guy that I can't remember his name. But yes, I used to watch Three Stooges after school. You're right. Channel 38 used to have them out of Boston. WSBK TV 38. Michael Taylor says, great FF stock. Well, thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate that as always. Mastodon Comics and Music. Can't forget Rod Serling's other venture, the Night Gallery. Yes. Somewhere, I think I even have it down here. I think I moved them over there. I don't even have it upstairs yet. So I love the Night Gallery. Definitely check out the episode, The Waiting Room. Check it out. Hippies Collectibles, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, Night Gallery. Loved them. Yeah, baby. Right there with you, Tom. Fireball Comics says, my FF story is similar to Rod's. Found him in the early 80s. Very cheap. Maybe 6 or 7s. Cool beans.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So much in the 80s, man. Michael Taylor says, also part of that was Rod Serling was a genius. Yes. It was so good. He just, I don't know. I'm just going to sound stupid, just like a starstruck teenager or something if I keep going.
Hey, it's good, right?
It is, man. I can't say enough about that show. I just love that show, and I never get tired of watching. I love Westerns. Don't get me wrong. My Westerns are my Westerns, man. But the Twilight Zone, that's at the top. Dr. Von Chilla says, I'm about to launch into a Northern Exposure marathon. I got the complete series DVD set for Christmas. Cool beans.
That was a good show. Yeah.
I only saw a couple episodes. It was more. It like an odd comedy or something like that.
Yeah, sort of like a comedy drama, or more of a comedy. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I remember it as far as it being on TV, but I only saw maybe 1 or 2 episodes of it. Very cool. Dr. Von Chilla says the most horrifying night gathering to me was The Sins of the Fathers. It literally traumatized me as a child. There was one episode, and I don't remember the name of it, but John Carradine was the star in it. And it was these kids, they were teasing him or something. And he told them, if you wanted to find some treasure, dig out here. And these kids went and dug down, and it was a trap door, and they opened the trap door, and out comes John Carradine, and I just remember him coming at you. That stuck with me as a kid. Oh my gosh, that frightened the crap out of me.
Yeah, I think the last thing I saw John Carradine in was John Wayne's last movie, The Shootist. You remember he was the Undertaker.
Ooh, wow. Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. That was a good movie too.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Stewart's in there. Ron
Harry
Howard.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Harry Morgan. Richard Boone.
Richard Boone. Yes. Doggone. Oh, I love those guys. Dr. Von Chilla says, thanks, Roddy. Beautiful book. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much for asking about it.
Hey, Rod, I hate to interrupt. I think you missed one by Michael Taylor.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, Michael. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon, yes, I've heard about that, Rod. Heard of that about Serling, that he wrote the screenplay for The Apes.
Yeah, they wrote several drafts of that first script, and how do I know this? Because I'm kind of a fan. But they wrote several drafts, and I think it came down to him and a guy named Wilson actually did the final screenplay together. But yeah, I think Serling wrote several drafts, and they didn't really like all of it. So it was like a combined thing between him and another writer.
I could see that being written by him, especially when you think of that final scene when they finally show the Statue of Liberty, and that's when it comes to a realization that, oh, this is really Earth, So
yeah,
it had.
I heard the director Zanuck, the producer Daryl Zanuck, he was talking about there's people attach so much meaning to the end of that movie. He said, really, I said, all we were trying to do was just trying to throw a big shock at the end of it. And I said, well, you did that.
Yeah.
So I first saw that as a kid. I was like, oh, no, that can't be the Earth. They blew the Earth up,
Great stuff, though. It was great stuff. Okay, now, Dr. Von Chilla, yes, sir. And Ranger Sly said, the original Ghost Rider. I have yet to add an issue of the original series to my collection. I only have reprints. Yeah, I just happened to be the right place at the right time to get one that I could afford and that was in decent shape. But I just wanted to have one of them in my collection so I could learn about the character some more. Great stuff. I hope you're able to get one, Ranger. I know you will. Dr. Von Chilla says, indeed, Ranger Sly, those original Ghost Rider books are incredible. Lady M says, Franklin Mint, if I'm not mistaken, did a reproduction, not talking, sadly, of the Mrs. Beasley doll in the early 2000s, if I recall correctly.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, that is cool. We had some great toys in that time.
That's funny. Like a few weeks ago, my wife and I started watching the original Family Affair series. I think it was on Tubi or Roku. I can't remember, but yeah, it's just a good feel good show.
All righty. Ranger Sly says, and sadly often expensive, Dr. Von Chilla, he says. Yes, very true. Mastodon Comics says, I'm curious if anyone here ever received a no prize from Marvel. I never did.
Nope.
I've seen envelopes for them, but I've never seen what an actual no prize would be. If it's just like a piece of paper saying you won a no prize. So yeah, I'm curious.
That's basically it.
And Lady M says, I believe QNS has. They can confirm or deny getting a no prize Mastodon. Ah, QNS, you're on the hot seat. And I think Lady M was going to provide us with a little stopping point here so we can get back and show some more comics. So what do you say? You got some more you want to share?
Yeah, showed a little Batman. I thought I might show a little Superman.
Awesome. All you.
All right. We got some Silver Age goodness starting out here. Number 161, Superman Goes to War.
You're in the army now.
The last days of Ma and Pa Kent. How many times can they die?
It's funny you mentioned the war thing, and the last few days in my head, I've had that song. We'll follow the old man wherever he wants to go, as long as it's from White Christmas.
Oh yeah.
No. Anyway, never mind. Go on.
That's cool. Here we have Superman 179 featuring the outlaw Fort Knox.
Oh, yes. Yours looks just as well loved as my copy.
Oh, it is beat to blankety blank. It sure is. And this is one of my childhood copies. This is number 180. Couldn't get rid of it, man.
No.
And here we have, what number is this? This is number 189. One of the great Go-Go Checks covers. I always love this one.
Yep. Mystery of Krypton's Second Door.
Don't. And here we got Superman 203. Another beloved beat-up childhood copy. And then we're getting in some of the Neil Adams covers. Number 204. I always love this cover.
Yes, Neil Adams.
What was it about the initial LL, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, Lori Lamaris, Linda Lee?
Crazy.
Number 205.
More
Neil Adams.
Yes, sir.
Like I say, I'm trying to collect from Superman 200 to like 350 because that's when I kind of lost interest in Superman for a while. But number 206, you gotta love these covers. Thing with Neil Adams. And we have a 80-page giant.
Oh, yes, sir.
This is one of those that I coveted for a long time from the house ads. 30th anniversary. And here we have Superman 208. Some kind of date stamp on it right here. I'm not sure what the 10 is for. Might have been the month.
That one right there, always, whenever I see a copy of it, that necklace that he's wearing,
yeah,
the purple, it always looks to me like some kid has colored that in with a pen, a ballpoint pen, And it took me 2 or 3 times seeing it in other places to finally accept that, no, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think those are the actual colors.
Yeah, it is, because it's on every copy is like that, so it's obviously the right thing, but it just looks weird.
Yeah. Another Neil Adams job on the cover, number 210. I always like this one. Like the colors on that.
That Dutch angle. Haha, remember?
Dutch angle, yeah.
The Dutch angle.
The dreaded Dutch angle. Here's another giant size. I'm not sure what the number is. It is giant G54, but on this one, the top of it got cut off when they printed it.
Oh, yeah.
But you got the Super Baby stories in this one. This is another well-loved copy.
You can still get some of those ones like that with for relatively good money.
Oh, yeah. The Superman books, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's 213, another Neil Adams cover.
Yep.
The purple background. 214. The Ghost That Haunted Superman. And here's a favorite cover, number 215. A great imaginary novel.
Yes.
It always, you would see a lot of this in the Superman books of just an imaginary story, or Lois Lane, just an imaginary story. I'm like, and even as a kid, I was like, yeah, but aren't they all imaginary stories?
So true.
And here we have one I'm particularly fond of. You have a Superman with a Joe Kubert cover, number 216.
Yes.
I was always just fascinated with the few covers that Kubert did on Superman and Batman. I was like, wow, that's so cool and so different,
Yes.
And here's another giant size, number 217. Got Lori Lamar, Superman's first girlfriend. I always thought there was something fishy about that girl. Another giant size, number 222.
Oh, nice.
Another one from the house ads that I wanted for a long time. And here we go, number 225. I guess that's what you get for dressing up like Superman. I don't know.
That's it. Copycats.
Right. When Superman became King Kong, number 226. He had a lot of identities. And there we go. Number 230. Nobody takes me, not even you, Superman. Killer Kent versus Super Luthor. A startling imaginary story.
What? It's not real.
Hey, it says it right here. And this is a giant Superman, which I think I've got. Yeah. Okay, this is number 231.
Oh, yeah. That book has followed me throughout my comic collecting career. I've had it, lost it, got rid of it, had it.
Man, here's the giant Superman. I love this story. It was Superman's return to Krypton. For years, I never knew what happened in the beginning of the story. So eventually, I had to get an upgrade.
There you go.
Yeah. And here is a sun-faded copy of Superman 233 with that iconic cover, but it is signed by Neil Adams.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
For Shannon, you put your name on it. You had to put your name on it, too.
Yeah. But here's a better looking copy, a little bit more color on it.
Oh, nice.
I think I got this one after that other one, so yeah. Love this cover.
Yeah, that's iconic.
And last but not least, there we have number 234. I always like the angle on this one.
I like that story with that whole sentient sand Superman.
The sand Superman. Yeah, that was pretty good. That's when Denny O'Neil was writing Superman.
Yes. Very good.
All right.
Okie dokie.
For you Superman fans.
All right. And Lady M, she was nice enough to give us a starting point. So here we go. You ready?
We'll see. I about got strangled there. Q&S says, I had a letter published, but not a no prize. Hey, that's something to have a letter published.
Yeah, still, that would be cool. I'd have about 10 copies of that issue if I got a letter printed.
And Michael Taylor says, Creature Features was great as well. One of the great openings themes. Yep. And
Creature Feature. Love it.
And also from Michael, the Universal Monsters opening. Yep.
I just got, for one of my Christmas presents, like 50 Universal movies, monster movies.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. It is awesome. All the Wolfman meets Frankenstein, all 3 of the Creature films, I've seen 2 of them. I haven't seen the 3rd one. Great stuff. I can't wait to dig into that.
And Charles Martinez, Northern Exposure. I'm jealous. Yeah, good show. And Ranger Sly says, same here, Rod. I'm a pretty big Western fan, but also like sci-fi, especially the vintage stuff, and absolutely love the original Twilight Zone.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Ranger Sly.
And Mastodon Comics Music says The Shootist is such a classic. Oh yeah, a lot of people hate that movie because he dies in it and all that, but it's just a great movie all the way through. A lot of great actors in that one. Just there's nothing I don't love about it.
Absolutely.
And ECR says The Rifleman is probably my favorite all-time TV show opening.
Love The Rifleman. Watch
an
hour of The Rifleman every day.
Yep. And Mike says, that's okay, Doc. And QNS says, Ranger Slide, did you get Grit TV up north, 24-hour old westerns? Oh, yeah, we get it here.
Oh, no, I've never seen that channel. But, man, if I had it, that would be where my TV was on. I'd have the remote taped up so nobody could change the channel.
It's sort of like a version of Me TV, except it's westerns.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I get mine off of Me TV, the Inspiration Network, and TV Land. I think are the three combinations, and Free TV. I think Free TV is one.
And Maranya says The Rifleman should be required viewing for every kid. Great show, lots of good old-fashioned morals and values without being preaching. Absolutely, she nailed it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rebub. I love it. You are absolutely correct, Maranya.
And Michael Taylor says, my dad was a cab driver. I think he told me that he saw Serling on the street. It's been so long, but I think he told me that. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. That would be cool.
And QNS says, Inspiration, another great Western channel. Yep.
Yes, sir. Watch that every day.
And Ranger says, I've never seen Grit here in local cable at quite enough there.
No, I've never heard of it before.
Well, I really hadn't heard of it either. I mean, because we got rid of our cable TV because it was just too much. So we just got like a little digital antenna. Still brought in about 35 or 40 channels, and then Grit was one of the channels that was on it. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah. And Michael Taylor says, my dad had Marilyn Monroe as a passenger in his cab, as well as Jackie Robinson. I kid you not. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, cool. Yeah, really. That's awesome.
Great stuff. Dr. Vonchilla, Family Affair was a much watched as a child. Very sad what happened to Buffy and Mrs. Jones. Yeah, that was sad. That was such a good show.
Yep. I remember when we'd stay home from school, it was on at like 11 o'clock on one of the syndicated UHF's channels. And used to watch that. Yeah,
but it was sad. I mean, I think she OD'd when she was like 18 or something. So it was sad for that actress.
Very tragic.
And Michael Taylor, that's awesome. Gasp, says Dr. Vonchilla. And Michael Taylor says, Adams did a great job bringing Batman and Superman back to where they belong. Oh, totally agree there. The iconic status. Dr. Vonchilla, the Superman and Superboy covers by Neil Adams are amazing. The stuff of comic book legend. Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
And QNS says, Ranger, it's a broadcast, and there are stations near Canada border if you're within 300 miles, so it can be received with a good antenna.
Oh, cool.
And Ranger Sloss says, I love Family Affair too, Dr. Vonchilla. Can still hear the theme in my head with the kaleidoscope intro. Yeah. Just loved it. Na, 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 na. No, that's my three sons. Hold on. I can't get the melody in my head. I was getting ready to do the My Three Sons thing. Oh, well.
They run right together. I couldn't help you because I can't remember it. I was crying, but I couldn't remember that.
I was a big fan of My Three Sons too, so.
I'm thinking of that, but when I think to that, my mind immediately takes a right turn to Sigmund and the Sea Monsters because of Johnny Whitaker.
Right.
You know. Yeah. So it's weird the way my mind works.
And Mike tells us, Dr. Vonchilla, I know two of the great icons. Yep. Hippies Collectibles. Superman 216. What a great Grundy cover. Was that Grundy? Was that Grundy? Oh, no, it's like some big hulking soldier, but it looks like Grundy, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's like some big soldier. Hey, good eye, though.
Yeah, love me some Solomon Grundy.
And Tempest from Mars says, you can't go wrong with those giant comics. Hey, like we said earlier, instant history lesson.
Absolutely.
Comic history. The important history. Let's put it that way. Or the ones where Superman turned into a giant. Yes. You gotta love like the Superman and Flash covers, especially. They're giants, or they're shrunken, or they got their leg broke, or they got the big giant
big head.
Go look at future Superman. And look at Flash. He ran so fast he got the big head.
Oh. All right.
And Dr. Valentino says Superman 233 and Batman 227 were published a month apart. Something of an apex for Neil Adams. Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Cool. I didn't know they were published a month apart, though. That's pretty cool. Top of his game right there.
And Ranger Sly says Shannon keeps braining himself. I can't help it, buddy. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And Dr. Valentino says my older cousin Philip gave me his copies of Superman 233, Daredevil 72, and Captain America 129 circa 1972. I want cousins like that.
Yeah. Really? Where are those cousins in my life, right?
Give me my address. And Michael Taylor says, fantastic Supermans, every one of them, Shannon. Yes, sir. Superman, I don't know what it is. It seems like there's a stigma about Superman anymore. It's like, well, they don't like Superman. He's too boring because nothing can hurt him, or only magic and kryptonite can hurt him. Or I think it just comes down to having a good story. And there is some great Superman stories out there, but I think it's just my opinion, that in the later years, he kind of got that stigma about him.
No, it's a lack of creativity, lack of imagination. You know,
it's all Batman and Wolverine and Spider-Man and X-Men.
Yeah, got to be gritty and whatnot. I mean, that has its place, but not for Superman. He's the Boy Scout.
Yep. Dr. Lonchill, again, it's astonishing what the mind retains. And Charles Mardane says, imaginary stories did not fit into the continuity. That Superman 216 is one of my favorites. I'm collecting Superman 101 through 323. I need 7 to finish. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Congrats, Charles, on having all those. That's great.
That's incredible. Great job.
Yeah, Superman fan. There we go.
Yeah.
And Triple C says, great Superman books. I got a copy of one of those the other day, but the centerfold was missing. Glad it was cheap. And we have the August Aesthetic here. Welcome.
Great to have you with us.
Yeah. Happy holidays. Rod, I noticed from a recent show that you acquired the Dr. Fate helmet. Did you try wearing it, and doesn't it need a paint job?
Yes, it does. It's still back there. I haven't had a chance. I've got to sand it down first. You got to sand it down to smooth it out, because it's done with obviously a 3D printer type of thing. So they have lines, and it's still, I mean, you can leave it like that and it looks like it's metal and everything's cool. But I'm the perfectionist guy. I've got to have it sanded down, and then I've got metallic gold paint, like a chrome, except it's gold, and to have it look like it is gold, a gold helmet. So yes, I still have it, but I have not done it, and it does fit. I just got to put like a piece of foam in it about that big, about that thick, I mean, and then that will set my eyes to right where the eye slits are. So, but yes, I still have it. It's a work in progress, so stay tuned. Thanks for asking about it, Double A.
And Michael Taylor, Wild Wild West. Oh, another great show.
Ooh. James West was the man. Yeah. Back in the mid 60s, late 60s, him, Kirk, James Kirk, and Commander Troy from Rat Patrol. Those were the 3 main guys in my neighborhood anyway. And I wanted a toy Derringer so bad so I could do that thing where it comes down. Oh, I always thought that was cool.
I loved Wild Wild West because, I love Westerns, and I love trains. So the fact that they hung out in a caboose on a train track somewhere was just awesome to me. Plus all the sci-fi elements and all the gadgets and all that, it just made it all the stuff I love.
Absolutely. It was a great, great show. Love it.
And QNS says Shannon Superman 233 was made into a puzzle, and I had it as a kid. 1973 Casa Tate. I guess. Well, that's awesome. I might have to look that up.
Yeah. Wow. I bet you it's on eBay. You can find anything there.
Probably. Yep. And Mike says the father was also a tragic story. Yeah.
Oh, Brian Keefe.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Double A says at one point, Dr. Fate wore a half helmet because the spirit in the helmet had become too dominant. Remember? Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. And Mike says forgot his real name. Yeah. Brian Keefe.
Yep. There you go.
And hippies coming in there. And Michael says,
Michael
yes,
Taylor.
Brian Keefe. And Rania says,
hold on. Little
okay, it's, da 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 da. Yeah, I can't get the melody in my head. I'm gonna take her word for it. The Family Affair theme or part of it.
Da, 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 I don't know. Da, da.
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn it on there, and then I'll hate myself for not being able to remember it. Thank you, Maranya.
I know, but really, how many themes are you keeping in your head, right? If you're anything like me, you got a million TV themes in your head.
Constantly.
Yes.
And Michael says, thanks, hippie. And Dr. Longell, Michael Taylor, all my sisters had massive crushes on Robert Conrad. He was a good-looking BA.
And Bob Black Sheep. Remember he did Bob?
Oh, I love that show, yeah.
Black Sheep.
Collectibles, welcome. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. And it was Collectibles. Dang, my bad. Thought that was Grundy. I never got the, it's like, okay, well, I never got that connection. But I was like, yeah, it does look like Grundy. And Michael tells me, Dr. Monchella, I met Robert Conrad when I was a kid. His hand felt like a rock. Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, wicked cool.
Must be great to live in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Southern Comic Geek. Welcome, sir.
Yes, thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
Happy holidays. A lot of times people don't know how to write Superman. It's not on what he can or can't do. He can do whatever, almost unstoppable. He chooses to be good. Yeah, that's the whole thing. People don't know how to write him.
Yep, absolutely.
And Dr. Longell says, Michael Taylor, just as I imagined, just as it should be. Oh, yeah. Knock this battery off my shoulder.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Michael Taylor says, Doc, the Fate helmet is spot on. Yep.
I love it. Love it. Love it. And Lady M has jumped back in there to give us a starting point here. And because we're already at noontime. All right.
Yeah, I think overtime has become the new norm. So it's the fastest 2.5 hours in comics.
There we go. All right. Well, I'm going to show, since we've been on a little bit of a Superman kick, I'm going to show some of my favorite World's Finest from the section of World Finest that I really, really enjoyed. Here, what's that?
Yeah, I thought about pulling out my World's Finest box. I was, okay, well, Superman, Batman, I'll just pull out those. But, good enough.
All right, here we go. And it's starting with one of my favorite stories as a childhood, as a kid. It was real important to me. It was big, big, big. It was a burning question in my mind, and just like all the other kids reading. And it was, who was faster, Superman or the Flash?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic one.
And this is number 198. And this was so big. When I saw this, I remember seeing it at the Rexall drugstore, man. And it wasn't a question what one of my books with that quarter I had was coming home. And it was this one, along with some other one. But it was just like, and the kicker is I couldn't find the second half of this story.
Oh, no.
No, when it came out, I could not find it. Just bringing myself with a upgraded. And then, but it wasn't until like, I forgot where I got it. It had to be in the early 80s. Well, I finally came across it and said, yes, I get
there we go. I was going to be really sad if you didn't get the conclusion to that.
Oh, but as a kid, I was like, what did he win? I don't know. And it was just crazy. So, but that was really cool. But I loved these team ups where Superman teamed up with somebody other than Batman. It was okay. The Batman ones, those are cool. But it was a nice, refreshing, breath of fresh air. And here we go with number 200. And he's teaming up with Robin.
Yeah.
The Neil Adams cover, wicked cool.
I love that. Yeah, I always looked at those as just like a precursor to DC Comics Presents.
Exactly. I was so thrilled when they came out with that comic because of this run right here.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And we go 201 with Superman and Green Lantern. And speaking of Dr. Fate, there he is, front and center.
Yeah, that was one of the first World's Finest I ever got as a back issue, was that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cold beans. So, yeah, loved it. Then I went back a little bit, slipped back to Superman and Batman.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was okay. That was cool.
They kind of had a love-hate relationship.
This always struck me as a, like, when I see this, it's like, was he in Scooby-Doo?
Right. Or was he in the Defenders as a part of the Headmen?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Headmen. Yes. Here we go with 203, Superman and Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
Superman can't see to help his buddy who's out in the desert somewhere.
Why is Aquaman always out in the desert in those books?
I don't know. Poor old Jimmy Olsen, not poor old Jimmy Olsen, but mean Jimmy Olsen. Remember the one from Jimmy Olsen? He's pouring the water out and won't let him have it. Kind of a sidekick is that?
Yeah, he's a real piece of whatever.
Yeah. And we got 204. We got Superman and the depowered Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's getting kind of pricey now just because it was that period when she was like the Emma Peel version of Wonder Woman.
Really? I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know it was going up in price. This one here is still in the bag. I bought it in at the thing, and you can see what I paid for it right there.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But yes, I'm still in the process of trying to get all the issues from that run of Wonder Woman. So great. Now that's going to go up. Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All those are tough now. Yeah.
Love this cover. Number 205 with Superman and the Teen Titans.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yes, looks cool. 25-cent saddle stitch.
There we go.
And then we go back to 206 with a couple of stories, reprints, I believe.
Yeah.
So
was there only like, there were just like very few of those giants had that 35-cent cover price. It's got me curious now because I know there's a Justice League that's got a 35-cent cover price, and of course this was like years before everything went to a 35-cent for a regular comic. But
right, so it's like, was it like a test, pattern thing?
Probably
try it out
after the 25-cent giants. Yeah.
Yeah, because this next one, number 207, dropped it down a dime.
Yeah.
To 25.
So weird.
Yep. Another Superman, Batman extravaganza.
They got Batman hogtied.
And then here we go. Dr. Fate he finally moved up from just being, third tier to he got the co-star spot.
Now that's a powerful cover right there.
Yes, it is. Love it.
And what was cool about that was the reprints, Robot Man and the Ghost Patrol. How often did you see the Ghost Patrol?
Exactly. Great stuff. And here's another. It just had some great covers, man. Here we go with 209. And this is for Higgy Pop. When you watch this, Higgy.
There we go. There's that guy with the feathers again.
That's it. Oh, beak brains.
Yeah, those 25-cent giants in that World's Finest in that period, that was like in my early mail order days, getting comics from like people like Robert Bell. I'm sure several people remember that name from mail order. That was one of the books I got from him.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Just great cover, great colors. Neil Adams. All right, what else do you want? Here we go with another 52 big pages. Don't take less. It says, don't take less. Only 25 cents. Number 210 with Superman and Green Arrow.
Don't take less, and we're not going to charge any less either.
That's it.
And a Black Pirate reprint.
Gotta love it. 2 Golden Age, Black Pirate and the King. I don't know who the King was.
I don't remember who the King was.
No, me neither. I'll have to save that one out.
Got to be Jack Kirby or Jerry Lawler. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah, Jerry Lawler. Here we go with number 211. Back to Superman and Batman.
There's one of the great switcheroos.
And I was so thrilled to see this because I love this character. Number 212, Superman and the Martian Manhunter.
Marshmallow Hunter, yeah.
Green with envy.
Grim Ghost and Airwave to boot.
Love it. Love it. And then we go back down to the regular size book. Now only 20 cents. This is number 213 with Superman and the Atom.
Oh, yeah. Here's where the Nick Cardy covers started.
Yeah. And I know this is one of your favorites because it's one of mine as well. 214. Superman and the Vigilante.
Vigilante, of course, yeah.
Vigilante was one of those weird characters because he was in the Seven Soldiers of Victory, and he was associated with the JSA.
Yeah.
But here he is on our Earth, on the Justice League's Earth. So it was weird.
Yeah.
He was just,
but he's one of those second and third tier characters that we love so much.
Yes, sir. And then we got the Batman and Superman and their sons in this one, 215.
Oh, yeah. First Super Sons. I always loved that. I couldn't figure it out, but there you go. Again, that's Bob Haney, did all those great stories in Brave and Bold. And I was like, okay, we'll just put these on Earth B for Bob or the Haney-verse.
The Haney-verse. I love it.
I like that they always showed the mothers, the wives of Superman and Batman, but it always showed them from the back. Superman's was a brunette and Batman's was a blonde. It was like, wonder who that is.
And we're going to finish this roundup with number 217 because it features another character we both love. Superman. Superman, Batman, and you are correct. Metamorpho.
Yeah, he had several team ups with him that I really liked. That one and what was it, 226, like one of the 100-pagers.
I was going to say one of the square bounds.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the doorknob.
Yeah, that one story called "The Freak That Never Fails" from 226. That's one of my all-time favorites.
All righty. So let's bring us back together here, and I'll find where Maranya left off. There it is right there. All right. Double A, August Aesthetic. August Aesthetic. I can't say that. That's double A. I'm sticking with double A. When Shannon mentioned a Derringer, I remember that Bat Masterson carried a Derringer too. Yeah. And so did Paladin. Paladin from the old Westerns carried it in his belt buckle. Yeah. Absolutely. I always wanted a toy Derringer. Dr. Von Chilla says, I have the Mylar Superman 233 Chain Buster poster in circa 1974. It's the oldest poster in my collection. I don't remember the publisher. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because that is a great that would make a great poster. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's cool. And Mike Taylor says, come on, knock it off. I don't know who he's talking.
Yeah, that was 5 minutes ago. I can't remember that.
Oh, that's what it was. He was referencing the Conrad commercial.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Knock it off.
That's right. Dr. Von Chilla says, oh, my goodness. Is it really noon already? I'll hang in for the overtime today. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. And Lady M says, they've done the Superman Flash, who is fastest storyline, I believe 3 times over the years. Yeah. but that one there, that first one, that was the first one to me. I think they did a couple prior to that in the Silver Age.
Yeah, there's been several since then. I know the first one was in Super. I know I've got Flash 175.
Right, there was the Flash one.
First one, and then there was a Superman issue, and then there was the World's Finest issues, and then there was some like in the 80s where they had Superman Flash race, and I'm sure I think there was like a one-shot Superman Flash race like in the 90s or the 2000s. There's been a lot, that. Of course, they did it in the
Treasury.
In the Treasury, and then they did it in the Justice League extras on the movie where they raced.
And that one in World's Finest, that was such a big thing. That was like, when I saw it, it was like, oh my gosh, my man Flash, he's finally gonna, hopefully he got to beat this guy. I mean, I like Superman, but Flash was my man, my DC guy.
Of course, in current continuity, and I say that in quotation marks, if there is such a thing as continuity in comics nowadays, they always portray Flash as so much faster because of the Speed Force.
Yeah. And it's just I don't know if the Speed Force to me, the Speed Force doesn't really make that big of a difference to me. I just always like the Flash, the Silver Age Flash. Give me Barry. Give me Barry and give me his yellow sneakers and let him go. Oh, let's see. Michael Taylor says, this show goes almost as fast as the years. Yes, it does. We talk about it every week. It's I'm not kidding when I say it's the fastest 2 hours of comics, because it does fly by. It really does. Southern Comic Geek says, on the Superman Flash second part, the kids at the bottom are Neil Adams' kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I remember that now that he says that. Yeah.
I just figured they were the kids from the House of Mystery, and they were,
all those creepy little kids that are always standing over people, and
they appear throughout DC all the time. That's great to know. Thank you very much for that little nugget of knowledge. I love it. Tempest from Mars says, my favorite comic, World's Finest, amazing Silver Age stories. Yes, I pulled a bunch of Silver Age, but I wanted to at least get those ones in. So maybe next week I'll show some of the Silver Age that I got with the go-go checks. Easy Comic Reader says, Triple C will have a live stream after CBM. Oh, cool. Cool beans. Get the chance. Check that out. He's coming up in another comment here. Mike Taylor says, very cool, World's Finest Superman Batman. Very cool indeed. Triple C says, thanks for the plug, Easy. I will be going through a long box that hasn't been sorted yet. Oh, what kind of stuff is there? Silver Age? Bronze Age? Wow, we want to know. Definitely check them out. Michael Taylor says, very cool Titans dinosaur cover. Yeah, that was cool. And fist bump from Easy Comic Reader back to Triple C. Dr. Vonchilla says, go down that 35-cent giant rabbit hole, Shannon.
Well, if that's like DC early Bronze Age, I probably got them all. So that rabbit hole I've already escaped that one.
Or Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Charles Mardane says, wasn't Elvis the king? Oh, that's right. That's when we referred to the king in the comic there. That's right. Could be Elvis. Didn't even think of that. Ah, very good. Comic Mag Musings. Bill, what's happening? He says, hello, gang. Thanks for hanging out.
Happy Bill. Hello. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays indeed. Easy Comic Reader says, bad boy Billy, throwing up the horns. And Bill says, hey, ECR. Double A says, now that you showed the Martian, Jones, did it ever strike you as odd that even though he is invulnerable, he cannot fly in outer space? He has to use a spaceship. Yeah, well, it's true. There's a lot of weird little quirky things like that in the Silver Age.
Makes you go,
It just one of those things that it just makes it quaint. Thank you for pointing that out, Double A. Appreciate that. Dr. Vonchilla says, howdy, Comic Mag Musings. Triple C says, didn't realize there were so many World's Finest issues that featured a team up without Batman. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It was just that run, just that short run. I don't know, 15 books, maybe 12, 15 books. But it really stuck out for me as a kid. Really enjoyed those.
Yeah, I did too.
Comic Music says, hey, John. Michael Taylor says, just to track back, Arthur Miller, the great playwright, was with her. They were married at one time. It's been so long, but I think my dad told me she looked like she was in her own world. It must be referring back to Marilyn Monroe.
Right. Yeah.
Was in his cat? Was in his father's cat?
He was married to Miller. Yeah.
Okay. Cool bean, man. That's a great story, man.
Good factoid.
Yeah, your dad must have some great stories to tell. Double A says, yep, Rod, it's better just to call me Double A. Oh, thank you. Mike Taylor says, fantastic, World's Finest, Doc. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, as always. Michael says, great show as always. Had a blast. Doc, Shannon, and Peanut Gallery, have a great New Year's weekend and day. And you as well, Michael.
Yes, sir. You too, buddy.
Enjoy. Easy Comic Reader says, take care, everyone, and Happy New Year. Throwing up the peace sign.
Happy New Year.
Hippies Collectibles say he's saying collect what you like and love what you collect. Peace, be safe, be happy, and enjoy. Tom, have a happy New Year's, sir.
Yes, sir.
And definitely, if you get a chance, Peanut Gallery, check out Hippie's latest video where he shows Tony Weinott's art. Great stuff. You won't be disappointed. Really wonderful stuff.
Check out all of Hippie's videos. You will not be disappointed.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, go. Yeah, there we go. Lady M, wonderful show this week as always. Rod and Shannon, Happy New Year to you, the Peanut Gallery, and the Nuts of the Day, including the latest member of the Nuts of the Day, Fireball Comics. Take care and stay safe. Thank you so much, Lady M. Naranya, appreciate it. Have a happy New Year, you and your family.
Absolutely, Naranya.
And Tempest from Mars says, have a happy New Year, everyone. And you as well, sir.
Happy New Year, sir.
Comic Mag Music saying, Happy New Year's all. And a happy New Year to you, Bill. Mike Dill says, hello, Comic Mag Music. Happy New Year. QNS says, peace out, hippie. HYNCMM. Oh, Comic Mag Musing, and I'm not sure what the HNY. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Happy New Year. Duh. Man, I'm telling you. Mike Taylor says, yes, Monroe. Okay, yeah, Marilyn Monroe. That's still cool, man. I mean, a legendary icon like that. That's cool. Dr. Von Chilla says, thanks for another wonderful Saturday morning, Rodney and Shannon and the chat. See you all next year. Please love yourselves. Thank you very much, John.
Happy New Year, sir.
Yes. Have a happy New Year to you and your family. And we'll be talking soon. Lady M says, don't forget to spoil Pauline and Catt Murdock, John and Beckerman. Charles Mardane says, Happy New Year's to all and another great show. Thank you very much, Charles. Appreciate that, sir.
Thank you, Charles.
And a Happy New Year's to you. And Quite Enough Sayer says, laugh out loud, Rod, you need pizza. Yes, sir, I do. And you know what else? There's a big pay-per-view on tonight, wrestling pay-per-view, so I'm going to have me some wrestling, and I'm going to have me a pizza. So
there you go.
There we go, a little slice of pizza right there. Looks yummy. And that catches us up with this week's Peanut Gallery. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We hope you have a very happy New Year.
Oh, absolutely. Happy New Year to everyone. And hope you had a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And thank you so much for just this show is full of great memories and stories. And that's what it's all about. That's our show. It's comic book memories and anything that goes with that. So we appreciate all those factoids and all those great stories.
You guys, we say it every week, and we don't just. It's not just something we're saying. We mean it. You guys are as much of the show as we are, And like Shannon just said, it's all about your memories, sharing your thoughts, your memories, your stories. That's what we hang out here and do. And once in a while, we sneak in some comics.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to listen to us like for 2 or 2.5 hours straight, just us? Oh my God!
and to really sit back and think, and man, we've been at this a year now.
That's done crazy. It seemed like we just started a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it does. It's incredible, man. This whole thing has flown by, and I look forward to 2024. I think we're going to have even more fun.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some more guest stars on here. We've been talking about this, and we're going to try to get a few people that we might have mentioned before and people might have forgot. I know I certainly forgot, but we are going to get some people on here, and hope you'll be as excited as we are to have them.
And if there's anything you guys would like to see us show, don't be afraid to send us an email or say it in the chat or send us some kind of a message somehow, a smoke signal, whatever. Yeah. So because we'll definitely accommodate you. We'd love to show. We want to show stuff that you guys want to see, not just what we want to see, but what you guys want to see as well.
Yeah, we had a list and we kind of strayed away from it for quite a while, but I think we're going to try to get back to that and try to get some guests on here as well.
Sounds like a plan to me. So, all right, everybody, that's it for us. Everybody have a happy new year. Have a safe and happy new year. And we will see you guys on the other side next week. If you get a chance, check out the 4-color fossils on Wednesday night. I think there might be a couple of faces there that you might recognize.
Could be.
So definitely check that out. 8:00 Eastern Standard Time on Graphic Man's channel. Friday night, don't forget to check out the Geeky Puppet Show. Friday night at 8:15 and 9:30, and as well as Sunday night at 8:15 and 9:30. This Sunday night, I'm going to be on there doing the first one at 8:30. So definitely, if you get a chance, check them out. Better yet, become a part of it. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. You got anything else you wanna throw in there, partner?
No, just it's been a great year. It's been loads of fun. Appreciate being able to do this with you and get to talk with everybody in this community. And it's just, hey, enjoy your comics and your collectibles.
There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's it for us. Everybody have a happy new year, and we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. All righty, off we go. We're going to send it on home right here. Take care, everybody.